Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to share you this very popular technique, meet in the middle technique, which is generally asked in the online assessment questions. And like it's a very intuitive kind of thing. So yeah, it would be very interesting to learn this technique if you don't know about it. And if you are new to this channel, then subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon so that you get notified every time whenever I post this new video out. So let's get started. So basically, like, first of all, I'm going to discuss this question. This is from the CSES problem set. Its meet in the middle is the problem name. So basically, you are given an array of n numbers. Now you have to tell in how many ways you can choose a subset of the numbers with some x. So what does it mean? Like, this is your input. This is your array size. This is your x. And you have to tell like how many ways are there that you choose a subset. Like what is a subset? Like, so subset is like 1 1 2 1 3, like any of these numbers. It don't mean like they should be contiguous or something like that. Any of the numbers you could select. So like there would be like 2 to the power 4 combinations, 2 to the power 4 subsets possible for like these many 4 elements. Why? Because as you must be knowing this permutation. So let's say you are given this array of length, let's say 5. So what a1 could, like, in a particular subset a1 could be chosen or not. Similarly a2 could be chosen or not. Similarly a3 could be chosen or not. So for every, like, there are two possibilities, and we do this product thing. So like generally, like, if let's say your size is of n, so 2 to the power n is the possible number of subsequences or subset for a particular given array. So basically now you have to tell like how many subsets are there which are having their sum as 5. So one of the possibility is 1 comma 4. This is a subset which is possible. The another one would be 2 comma 3, and the next one would be, like, there would be two only. Okay, it is two. It is two. So just clearing this mess. Let's say this is your array. So now you have to get this 5 as a sum. So possible subsets are this 3 comma 2, or 1 2 2, or 2. These three possibilities are there, and mind it, like, these two are different because of the position ordering of this two. Like 3 comma 2, this is different from this 2 comma 3 because of this positioning ordering. Like, once in one of the subset you have chosen this two, and in another one you have chosen this two. So basically, like, after seeing this problem, one thing that will come up to your mind would be like to use this bit masking technique. So as I explained you, like, there would be, let's say your array sizes of n, so you would generate the bit mask. So there would be 2 to the power n bit mask possible. What is bit mask? Bit mask is a way of representing the subsets. So basically, let's say your n is 4. So like, if you, like, if you consider this number, like the binary, this is the binary representation of 6, sorry, 10. This is the binary representation of 10. So what does it mean? Like, in an array of 4, like, the first element and the fourth element is selected. So set bits tell us like the which elements are selected from the particular, like the positions, like if you are given this, so it means like the second, third and fourth position of array elements are selected. So similarly, like you, as I told you, like there would be 2 to the power 4 combinations, so you would be generating the 2 to the power 4 bit sets, and then you would calculate all those set bits, and you will add that sum and compare it with x, and if you will get that particular sum to be equal to x, then you would be increasing your counter. But like you could see, like the n constraint is 40, and so your time complexity would be 2 to the power 40 in this case, so it won't work, right? Because 2 to the power 20, till that it is acceptable, otherwise it exceeds our limit and it's not acceptable. So obviously we need a better solution than it. So basically the major catch in this problem is like to divide the array into two parts. So why we are doing so? So let me explain you, like let's say you are given this array up to an, and you let's say divide it into two parts. One would be k length and one would be n minus k length. So now the combinations here would be 2 to the power k and here would be 2 to the power n minus k, right? And if like let's say your k is equal to n by 2, so like it would be 2 to the power n by 2 and it would be 2 to the power n by 2, and now your time complexity would be 2 into order of 2 to the power n by 2, and that would be acceptable, as I told you, like ranging to 20 to 22 it's acceptable, so it would be lying between order of 2 to the power 21 and it would be acceptable in that case. So basically now you have to think like the way of dividing this array into two parts and getting your answer out. So basically what now you have to do is like, for let's say you divide this into two parts, k and n minus k, and you get the each subset sum which is possible from these k elements, and similarly you get all those subset sum which are possible from this n minus k elements, right? And now you will check, you will iterate over these sum. Let's say it's sum 1, it's a particular map which is having all these subsets of like of the elements involving like these till like a1, from a1 to ak, like all those elements subsets, like the sum of the subsets of all those elements from a1 to ak, and you would be storing that into this map, and then you would be iterating over this map. So let's say you get the sum x, you get the sum as a. So now you will search in this particular map, let us say it's sum 2, you will search for x minus a, and if you will get x minus a over here, then you would like increase your counter with like this count plus equal to sum 2 of x minus a. So just explaining it again, so let's say you are having this array of like 1 2 3 2, we were given this one, and n was 2, n was 4 and x was 5. So basically I would be dividing into two parts, like 1 2 and 3 2. So now the possible subset sums are 1 2 and 1 2, which would be 3 2 and 1. I would be storing these values in a map. Similarly for this, like the possible subsets would be 3 2 and 3 2. So 3 2 and 5. So this would be in let's say m1 map, and this would be in let's say m2 map. So now I will start iterating over these values of m1. So now first of all 1 will come, so now I'll check for x minus 1, x is 5, so I'll check for 1, I'll check for x minus 1, so x minus 1 would be 4, so I'll check for 4 here, I'll check for 4 here, let's see 4 is not here, so this 1 won't be counted because like 1 can't match any of the other subset from this set so as to achieve the value of x, which is 5. so one won't be contributing to our answer. So now let us look at 2. So now for 2 we would be requiring the second sum as 3. So 3 is present, so we would be incrementing our answer by 1, so our counter would be 1. Similarly for 3, like we would be requiring with a subset of 2, so right, so we would now increment our counter again, so counter would be 2. Now we would also check like if our x value is already present in a particular set. What does it mean? Like from one of the partition you only get your x value. So like this is also possible, right, because this is happening over here. So now you would increment your counter in that case also, so 3 would be returned as an answer to this particular problem, particular test case. So this is what basically we are aiming to achieve in this problem. So now, like to make it more clear, so like I'm explaining it again. So basically, like let's say now you will say like your n is odd, right? N is odd. So let's say you are having these elements. So now what you will do, like n is odd, then you would divide it into n by 2 and n minus n by 2. So here n is 5, so 5 by 2 would be 2 and this would be 3. So like you would calculate all those subsets sums from this particular array and then from this particular array, and let's say you get this sum a, so you will check for x minus a over here. So this is what you have to do. So you will try to like keep your partition as much as closer to n by 2. So in case of even, like you would be having even number of elements in both the partitions. In case of odd, like one would be having great number of elements greater than one from the other particular partition. So this is what was in this problem. Now let me show you this code. So basically, like this is for fast IO, this is for reading and writing, you could ignore it. So like I had created this first vector by like taking the contribution of n by 2 elements, then I am creating this another vector by taking the contribution of the rest n by 2 elements, as I explained you. So my n1 would be n by 2 and n2 would be n minus n by 2. Now I'll be generating all those subsets from my left partition and I would be storing their sum. So basically what I am doing is, like this would be my particular bit mask, right? For I, like as I told you, like this 1 to the power n, 1 to the power n, what it means is, it means 2 to the power n, right? If you know bit mask, then you must be knowing it. It is 2 to the power n. So I am iterating over from 0 to 2 to the power n, and let's say I encounter with this value. This is the binary representation of 10. So what I am going to do, like I would be checking this set bits. So how would I check it? So basically, like what I'll do, like I'll start my while loop from here. So now I'll do this end. So end would be 0, and of 1 would be this, and 0 0 0 and would be 0, right? Now I'll be shifting it to the right. So now my new value which I have to check would be this one. So and of with this one would be 1, right? Similarly, like I would be shifting it again to right, so 1 0 would be there. Now I'll be getting this value as 0, again I'll be getting this value as 1. And for maintaining like which particular index I am, at which particular index I am, so basically like I am maintaining this index or counter variable, so I am incrementing that also, so as to maintain which particular array element I have to take. So like this y is there as an index, and I'm like I'm particularly checking like the last set bit is 1 or not, and shifting my all these bits to the right by one place and incrementing my y thing, and I am storing this in this map, that is map x. So now, like once you are done with this left part, now you will be doing it the same thing with the right part, but you have to take this into the account. Like if your map of particular count is present, then you would be incrementing your that answer, and then you would be see out in this particular answer. So basically that was this that was it in this problem. And like I had used this custom hash function, like which I copied from this website. So like I was getting some like this hash function which is default used was not that accurate, so I used this and like defined like these are macros, and you could avoid that also. But yeah, you would be needing it because like there would be overflowing of the integers. So this was it. So now let me discuss this another problem. Like this is a very common technique which is used, and like generally it's asked in the online assessment questions. So like it was asked to me in the Flipkart also, and as I remember it was asked in Make My Trip also. So like it's a fair like easy technique, but like you must be knowing it so as to attempt the particular question related to it. So it's just a small catch, like dividing the array into two parts, as what the name suggests also, like meet in the middle. So basically now let me discuss this partition array into two arrays to minimize some difference. So like you could stop the video and read this problem out. So here in this problem, you are given an array of 2 into n integers, and you need to partition it into the two arrays of length n, and you have to partition in that way such that it minimizes the absolute difference of the sum of the arrays. So it means like you have to put the n elements here and n elements here, and then you have to like put in such a way that their differences of the sum is minimized. So basically like one way of doing it would come into your mind is like, let me tell you the normal way, like what you will think, like the brute force way. So the thing, let's say you are given this array and this is 2n, right? And you need some, let's say ax ay, and up to these are n, and rest you want here. So you want this sum, let's say it's sum 1, it's sum 2, and you want its sum 2 minus sum 1 to be minimized, right? So basically like you also know the sum of this array, right? So can I write this sum 2 equal to sum minus sum 1? Yes, I can. So basically I would be left with this problem to solve, like choosing this sum 1 very close to, like I have to choose these n elements in such a way like their sum is very close to like this particular total array sum. If you are with me till here, let me explain you again. So basically like you like what I am trying to achieve is like, first of all I divided this array into 2n, and I know this sum 1, this sum 2, and what I need to do in this problem is I have to minimize this sum 2 minus sum 1. I know the total array sum, right? I could easily calculate it. So basically like this total array sum minus 2 into sum 1, this is what I have to minimize, right? So if I could generate all these sum 1 and check these this value like for which it is like the minimum, then I would easily get my result what I wanted to achieve. But the problem over here is like there is the n is in the range of 15 and the num length would be 30. So like there would be 2 to the power 30 combinations. So 2 to the power 30 combinations, so that would fail, that that would pass the time limit. So basically like to solve it in more better way, we will use this meet in the middle technique which I explained earlier also. So basically what I am going to do in this problem is, let's say you are given this a1 a2 a3 and an. So like as I told you, like and rest element here. This won't be needed, so I won't be considering it. I'm just curious about this thing. So basically, like, I need to minimize this. I know this sum, I just need this sum 1 to be minimized. So basically what I am going to do is, I am again going to divide this array into two parts. Let's say it's ax and the rest are here, and let's say its size is L. Its size would be n minus L, right? Because these are n elements. And if I am like, if I able to generate all these subsets for it, and similarly I generate all these subsets for it, right? And then I match them up, and then I check with my sum minus 2 sum 1, then I would get my answer. And what it would be like, it would be in the, like, it would be requiring order of 2 to the power 15 operations. So that would easily pass this time limit. If I am making sense till now, so basically what I am saying is, like, I would be dividing this array into two parts. First of all, I divided this whole array into two parts initially. Now what I am going to do is, like, I am considering only one part and I am dividing it into again. So as to reduce this time complexity. So let me show you with the example also. So this is 3973. So basically I am dividing it into two parts right now. Okay, so the possible sums are this: 3 plus 9, similarly 3, 7, and 3 plus 7. So 3, 9, 12, 3, 7 and 10, and number of elements over here are like 1, 1, 2 and 1, 1 and 2, and my total sum of this array is 7, 10, 19, 22. So now what I am going to check is, so I want, let's say if I select this particular subset, let's say if I select this subset of length 1, so I would be checking for the subset of n minus 1 length. N is my 2 because the array length is 2n, so n is 2, so I'll be checking the subset of length 1. So subsets of length 1 are 3 and 7, right? So like 22 minus 2 into sum 1, like sum 1 as I know is 1, right? And for sum 2 I need to check like which is my minimum value, which is my maximum value, which is closer to this thing, like 22 minus 2 minus 2 sum 2. So I want this sum 2 to be whichever sum 2 is very closer to this 10 would be my optimal result. So in this case 7 would be chosen. So now what I will get, like 1 plus 7 is 8, 8 to 16, 22 minus 16. So like choosing this particular subset, I could achieve this value of 6. My minimized value could be of 6. So this is what I am aiming. Like I'll iterate over all these subsets, and then I'll iterate their counterpart in this left, in this right particular partition, and I'll check like if this is of length 1, right? Similarly this is of length 1, this is of length 2, so I would be requiring of n minus 2, which means I would be requiring 0 subset from here, so I won't be needing anything from here. I'll check for this only, as it is only giving me particular result. So 22 minus 12 into 2, it's 24, and it's absolute. So like 2 is this, so we were able to achieve 6, so now we are able to achieve 2, and I guess 2 is only the answer. Yeah, 2 is the answer only. So similarly, like this is what we are doing in this problem. We are dividing it into these two partitions, and then I am going to check for particular its counterpart in this right side. And then I'll do, like I'll also calculate this value on fly. And now let me show you through this code like how it's happening to give you more better clarity of this problem. So basically, like first was this thing, like let me show you this first thing, which was giving me this particular time complexity uh, issue. So basically, like I calculated this num size. So as num size could be of 30, 15 into 2, right? So I was iterating over all the bit mask, which is the conventional thing, and then for every bit mask I am calculating its sum, and I am checking like if my count of elements is equal to n by 2, then I am doing that thing like total sum minus 2 into array sum, and I am calculating my minimum answer which is possible, and at last I am returning it. So basically, like this is the most conventional thing which will come to your mind after seeing this problem. But as I explained earlier, like n is in this range 30, so it won't be working. So now what I did was like I divided this array into two partitions, left and right. Now I started over this, like simultaneously I am iterating over generating all the subsets of left, and since I am generating like this n is in the range, like it's containing even numbers, so like both of my partition would be of n by 2, which would be also even. Like what I mean to say is like the both of the partition would be of equal length. So basically, like it would be very identical. So basically, like I just did this thing, like for calculating this left sum I am just incrementing it with numsci, and for calculating the right sum I am also like adding this n value. So what it will do, like n is capital N is n by 2, so like it would, like let's say you are with this bit mask, and now you are calculating this right thing. So basically I'm checking like if this is set, so I'll also consider this as this is also set. If this is set, then I will also consider this as set. So in this way I'm calculating this right sum, because the both of the things are could be are going to be identical, so I am doing this. Otherwise, like I have to choose like divide like iterate this thing over two time, like writing this loop for separately for left and separately for right, if in case like n was odd. But here like n is even, so I could do this thing. And now like for a particular size I am pushing this sum. So after it, like I am sorting this right sum, then I am calculating my possible minimum, which is this particular, like taking all the n elements of the left or taking the all the n elements of the right. And now I'll check for matching like taking some x elements from this left, and then I would have to take like n minus x elements from the right. So basically this is what I am doing in this, like I'm iterating over this left part, and this is the value like which I have to minimize. So what I am doing is, so this is my a sum, this is my z, so and this is my b sum, and this is my n minus z. These are two partitions, right? And I know the total sum. I need to minimize this value, right, as I explained you earlier. So this value is a plus b. So this is sum minus 2 star a by 2. So this value I need to achieve very closer to this value. So basically this is what I am doing, like in this right thing I just like take this reference of this particular right vector, and then I am checking for the lower bound, like the which is the minimum value closer to possible, which is the minimum value possible closer which is possible to this p value, which I like explained you right now. So this is what, and if in case my iterator points to the end of the vector, so it means all the values are lesser than this particular b value. So I won't be doing anything in that case. If my iterator is not equal to v dot end, then I would be updating my result, and then I would be returning this result. So like you could look at this code and you will get this intuition why I am doing taking this lower bound, and then why I am sorting this thing up. So like after like a critical thinking, you will get easily understand that. And so like you could also like similarly try out these two problems. This is closest subsequent sum. So here is your also goal to like minimum, like achieve this minimum possible value of sum minus goal, where sum is the like you could choose like the any particular subset. So basically like what you are going to do, like again divide the array into two parts, and then again like calculate this x and this sum minus x, and like see like whatever value you are like you have to get this partition value as much as closer to sum minus x, so as to minimize your particular goal value. So this is what you have to do in this problem. And similarly you could try out this tallest billboard problem. It is very similar to what I did explain to you right now also. Like this is a very easy technique, but like you must be initially knowing it to solve the problem out in the contest or any online assessment kind of thing. So hope if you are till here, and hope you like this video, and do like, share and subscribe my channel. It will give me huge motivation to build such content. And if in case you have any queries or any doubts, you could post that in the comment section. I'll answer that. And see you. Bye.